Good morning and welcome to BUTV News. I'm Alejandro Rosa.
And I'm Brittany Kubicko, leading the news at this hour. One of the youngest presidential candidates will be talking about the youth vote during an event at Northeastern University this afternoon. South Bend, Indiana Mayor Peter Buttigieg will discuss the influence of millennials in American politics with WBUR correspondent Kimberly Atkins. Young voters could account for about a third of all primary voters in the 2020 election. The talk will be live streamed on Northeastern's Facebook page. Massachusetts lawmakers are pushing to delay a fare hike on the MBTA until construction on the Tobin Bridge is completed. In the letter to Massachusetts transit officials, 30 lawmakers state the fare increases on top of the construction project will cause increased commuting times and higher costs for commuters. Transit officials have yet to comment about the proposed fare hike delay. The Boston University softball team began their Patriot League play with what they hoped for, a clean sweep of their Turnpike rivals and a strong start to the beginning of the season. I was there this past weekend to give you the highlights. The Boston University softball team completed a 3-game sweep this past weekend against the College of the Holy Cross to take home the Turnpike Trophy. Strong pitching efforts helped the team win both games on Saturday 7-1 and 3-0. Sunday's game was scoreless throughout and went into extra innings. After a double play to get out of a bases-loaded, one-out situation and a leadoff triple, senior Emily Morrow hit a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 8th to help the Terriers sweep the game 2-0. Winning these games have helped the team get off on the right foot for the season.
It was good. I think it's great to get 3 wins in your opening weekend and get our kids acclimated to Patriot League play. Preseason, we really challenge ourselves. When we get back here, we're able to do what we did this weekend.
Senior catcher Alex Heinen was awarded the Turnpike Trophy MVP award after getting 6 hits, 2 RBIs, and only 1 strikeout throughout the whole weekend.
I'm really honored, but like I said, it really is just a reflection of our team. I think there's plenty of people that really deserve that award, it really is. Every single person was just doing their job, working hard. The pitchers did phenomenal. The defense, everything was coming into place. Everybody did their job in one way or another. So, it's an honor, but again, it's a reflection of everybody else.
As for the rest of the season, Coach Waters hopes this winning momentum continues from one game to the next.
So for us, it's every single week we have something to focus on, something to get better, and pitchers are different, teams are different, so we just do our best to prepare ourselves for who we're playing that weekend, who we're playing that day. So when you step foot on a field, we're playing to win.
University softball team takes on Green Line rival Boston College this afternoon at home. If you're looking to take an Uber from one place to another today, it may be harder to hail a ride. Uber, Lyft, and other ride-hailing drivers are on strike today in 10 cities, including right here in Boston, to bring attention to decreasing wages and lack of job security. This all comes before the company is expected to go public on Wall Street on Friday. Earth Day is this upcoming Monday, and Boston University's student government is encouraging everyone to branch into nature.
Not your mother!
A little bit of laughing can go a long way, sometimes even as long as 24 hours. Liquid Fun, Boston University's premier comedy improv group, hosted their annual 24-hour marathon from April 13th to 14th in the basement of the school's George Sherman Union. All the proceeds from this 24-hour marathon went toward the Greater Boston Food Bank and consisted of performances from other college improv groups and Liquid Fun alumni.
It's just, a way to get together with all the Boston comedy groups from all the different schools in a unique way and be able to have a fun night and do a unique event that gets all these people involved, also for a good cause.
Performing for 24 hours straight caused some Liquid Fun members to become delirious by the end of the show, with some resorting to extreme measures to stay awake.
Well, let me tell you, I had 3 iced teas, 2 chais, 1 caffeine vitamin, some Panda Express, a whole box of giant Junior Mints, some chocolate, different from the Junior Mints, a Pop-Tart, bag of Cheetos, bag of Sun Chips, chips and salsa, and that's it. Yes.
This is just delirious and it's fun and it's everyone in Liquid Fun at their best and everyone in Liquid Fun at their worst. So it's just a fun thing where we're all in it together and no one is better than anyone else.
Liquid Fun's 24-hour marathon show brought a lot of smiles and even more laughs to participants and audience members alike. Performing improv comedy for 24 hours straight is definitely not a sprint, it's a marathon. Reporting from BU Central and Boston University's George Sherman Union for BUTV, I'm Brittany Kubicko. Costs at one state medical school are on the rise this year. Tuition at the University of Massachusetts Medical School will rise 1.5% into the 2019-2020 year. In-state students will pay about $38,000, with out-of-state tuition expected to reach around $64,000. Healthcare providers will have a new ceiling on spending in Massachusetts. The state is adjusting the benchmark for spending. Healthcare providers are expected to increase spending on clients by no more than 3% this year. Any provider that goes over that benchmark will be subject to state oversight. Healthcare providers in Massachusetts currently spend about $9,000 per resident. There is still no indication whether President Trump will make good on his threat to shut down the entire southern border with Mexico. Business leaders, especially car manufacturers, predict the effects of a closing could be catastrophic. CNN's Patrick Ottman has the report. Mexican citizens are complaining that the number of undocumented immigrants deported to their country is changing the fabric of life there. A New England university is developing plans to improve its policies regarding emissions and campus life in the wake of the college admissions bribery scandal. Brown University President Christina Paxton sent out a note yesterday saying a committee will be created to ensure students are accepted based on their academic ability and not their ability to pay. Students at the university say this is a step in the right direction and should have been acted upon sooner.
This is a conversation that should have been had before. It was this huge national scandal.
As long as they're trying and actively trying, not just saying it, that's all you can ask for.
Paxton also stressed in the note that the university is not involved with the scandal. President Donald Trump shamed former Vice President Joe Biden over accusations that Biden has acted inappropriately with women in the past. Trump has made these accusations when discussing a general's fight to defeat ISIS at a Republican fundraiser last night.
My people tell me 2 years. What do you think? 1 week, sir. I said, General, come here, give me a kiss. I felt like Joe Biden. But I meant it. See, I meant it. Big difference.
Trump has previously had to deny women's claims for unwanted sexual advances. Biden has not been accused of sexual misconduct, but rather has been accused of touching women in ways that make them feel uncomfortable.
Justice Department officials say more information about Special Counsel Robert Mueller's report and how it could be released in weeks, not months. President Trump is saying the Attorney General's weekend summary of the report could not have been better. BUTV reporter Brittany Kubicko is at the State House with the reaction to what we know so far about the Special Counsel's Russia probe.
There have been lots of reaction from federal and state lawmakers regarding Attorney General William Barr's summary of Robert Mueller's investigation into the Trump campaign. Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker cautioned against drawing conclusions about the Mueller report, saying he wants to see the full report first. The summary of the report from Barr stated there was no collusion between the Trump campaign and the Russian government during the 2016 election. Although further information hasn't been released and may not be seen for weeks, the speculation of a full report being released will have to come with some caution. I got some insight from Tammy Vigil, a Boston University College of Communication professor and a political communication expert.
People will cherry pick bits and pieces and take things out of context in order to suit whichever side they're on, either pro-Trump or anti-Trump. They'll pick out bits and pieces to try to accentuate their perspective. And I think what we really need is for some people to actually, some valuable and some responsible journalists to really go through and comb through what it really actually says, trying to be unbiased. We need more, legal scholars to get involved in terms of explaining what it really means as opposed to what we think it means or what our political motivations say it should mean.
Now, 6 House Democratic Committee chairmen have written to Barr asking to have the full report by April 2nd. If he does not give them the report by then, they have suggested issuing subpoenas on him. Reporting live from the Massachusetts State House for BUTV News, I'm Brittany Kubicko.
President Trump has said he wouldn't mind if the full report was released.
Scientists have captured the first image of a black hole, the first direct evidence that they exist in the galaxy. They used a global network of telescopes to capture the image in April 2017 of the black hole and its shadow in the galaxy known as M87, which is 55 million light years from Earth. The black hole captured has a mass that is 6.5 billion times that of the Sun. After a 2-game losing streak, the Boston Bruins grabbed a win against the Columbus Blue Jackets last night. The Bruins scored the first goal of the game 2 minutes in, and scoring efforts from Marcus Johansson and Brad Marchand kept the momentum going. The Bruins won 6-2, ruining the Blue Jackets' 5-game winning streak and their chance to clinch a playoff spot. The Bruins play the Minnesota Wild tomorrow night and are back at TD Garden on Saturday. Basketball fans have a lot to look forward to in the next couple of days. The Boston Celtics play the Miami Heat again tonight after beating them on Monday 110-105. The women's Final Four will face off in Tampa Bay on Friday, with Baylor and Oregon playing first and UConn and Notre Dame on after. The men's Final Four will play in Minneapolis on Saturday, with Michigan State playing Texas Tech and Auburn facing Virginia. Today is National Find a Rainbow Day. While nobody knows the origins of the holiday, we are just glad that somebody decided to start this fun tradition. After the shower this morning, we may be lucky to find the colored arc in the sky today, or at least use it as a good excuse to head outside and look towards the sky.
It may be a brisk and balmy 50 degrees outside right now, but the weather's supposed to get a little bit not great in the next couple of days. Here's your weather forecast.
Climate action demonstrations are expected to take place today around the country. The demonstrations are in anticipation of a move from President Donald Trump today that would make it harder for states to manage projects that have an impact on water quality. States would not be able to block pipelines and other energy projects that affect the environment. The protest in Boston is expected to be held outside Chase Bank by Downtown Crossing. Actress Michelle Williams joined lawmakers and activists Tuesday in Capitol Hill to support the principle of equal pay for equal work. Williams spoke about how she felt when she learned in 2017 that her All the Money in the World co-star Mark Wahlberg was paid $1.5 million to reshoot a scene, while she was paid less than $1,000 for the same amount of work.